or just 1 minute?
Just 1 minute.
Okay, so once that is done, I have to note that this dry fish, you've deboned it.
Yes.
You're not putting it in whole. But is that because everything here is going
everything is going inside, so I'm mixing everything together.
There's no other cookware here?
I don't want anything like, go slow when you are eating the native rice, you're feeling some bone. Just eat and swallow.
Fantastic. That's what we like to hear. Something simple, we eat and swallow. No issues with bones, no issues with any obstacles. All right. So if I didn't have beef to add to this,
you can use any protein you want.
Okay.
Any kind of protein you want to use. You can use your chicken, you can use your turkey.
Oh wow.
You can use your goat's meat, depending on your choice.
So this would you advise that they boil the meat down or fry it? Which one?
Me, I'm boiling my meat.
Okay.
So people might like it fried. But this is boiled meat.
All right. But either one can work for this native rice.
Depending on your choice.
Okay, so we're going to go over those ingredients one more time. For native rice, you have your locust beans, you have momo here, you have onions, crayfish, we have short grain rice. This is Nigerian rice on display here. You've already washed it.
Yes.
Now this is dry fish. We have our beef. We have some salt, scent leaves, and ugu. Now this scent leaf specifically, does it have another name?
We have 2 types of scent leaf.
Okay.
You said no one is a Greek, which one is a native. This is native scent leaf.
Okay, I like this. This smells really good.
This is native.
It's not a garnish, it's actually part of the dish.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so I'm waiting on that oil to warm up so that I can hear that sound, that sizzle of the onions. I really want that to happen too, because it will tell me that the rice is almost ready. But the hot water, why are we boiling water ahead of time?
To make it faster.
Okay, so it will help to cook the rice faster if the water is already boiled. Makes complete sense. All right then, are you looking forward to this native rice like I am? I am looking forward to it so much. Chef T-Flow is going to be here with us all the way till the end of the show, making sure that this meal comes together. And we know you'll be trying as well at home. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Tag us as WakeUpNigeria TVCE and let us see what you're up to in your kitchen. We have to take a quick break. We'll be back with more on Wake Up Nigeria.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something.
Good Friday, of course. This segment is brought to you by Lush Hair. Did you tell you wearing Lush Hair?
Well, I am a big fan of it.
How lush?
How luscious is this one?
How lush is it?
Really? You're touching my hair.
Yeah, because it's lush. I mean, this segment is a hair segment.
It is.
It's a hair segment.
And we appreciate how. So my kids use it a lot.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, especially during the holidays. I'm actually thinking about when to do their hair this holiday. Actually, oh my goodness.
How long is this? Is this midterm break?
It's not a midterm break. It's end of term.
Oh,
end of term.
All right. So
end of term break.
End of term.
Yeah, end of term break. Yeah. So I think this is end of second term. Yeah,
okay.
I'm a good parent. Second term. Yeah. So we got the exam results.
Okay, 6 seconds.
On Wednesday, and I refused to open it. It's inside the envelope till now.
What's the result?
I don't want to open it.
What's the the system now? The ranking system for, because I know that some schools that they don't give positions, so as not
they
to,
don't give. They give percentages.
Okay, so there are no positions. There are no first in class, second in class.
There is still first in class. There's still that one, but it's probably over the year, not for each term.
Okay, not
for the year overall. Man.
Yeah.
There was a lot of pressure.
In our own days, it was first, second, third, fourth. If you carry last, the right and
wow.
30th out of 30. Wow. But then, come on, it's going to be a wonderful show this morning. My name is Mexican.
And I'm Mr. You can, of course, watch us live online. That's tvcentertainment.tv. That's our website. Or, indeed, watch us stream live on YouTube.
All right. We'll kick off with something quite interesting. One of the greatest minds in Nollywood.
Yeah.
He's written some of the biggest series and movies that you have seen come out. It's not something easy to write. Xavier will be with us this morning. We're going to be having a chat with him. We're looking at his career so far and what he has coming up next for fans of his series and his writings.
Then, of course, we'll be having a musical performance from Replay. We can't wait for him to get here on set.
I'm up like a vampire. Oh, I know good lie. Many things it in my mind. In the middle of the night, I'm up like a vampire. Many men no see today. Many men no get place to stay. No roof over their head. My bro, I'm not tired. The show.
Yeah.
And of course, we will be rounding up the show. We've got GT, the OG, the Guitarman in the house.
Yes. GT, the Guitarman, is one of the most iconic performers that has come out of Nigeria, and he's been on the scene for quite a while. Even though he doesn't look it, he still looks so young and so fresh.
Yeah, he looks 12.
We have quite a lot to talk to him about, and we can't wait for him to get here. So you know that we were talking earlier about exams and stuff. I saw a video online. It was had over 2 million views, and it was of a school in, I think, was it the Philippines or Thailand or somewhere, where they made the kids design masks, anti-cheating masks for exams. So they were very creative about it, and they would put some, things to cover the sides of their face, so that even if they decide to turn left or right, they won't be able to see anything on their colleagues' papers. It was really interesting.
Let me tell you something about how school sometimes gets it wrong. School sets you up for life. You need school to improve your critical thinking. You understand? Your problem-solving skills. But you see, one thing about school and life, life will give you the exam first. And then you get to learn the lesson
later
after the exam. And one other thing also about life, you see, to succeed in life, you have to learn to collaborate.
Sure.
And that is one thing that is, when you get to exams,
they don't want you to collaborate in exam. So it's like mixed messages. You see, in life you need to collaborate with other people, and that's why but in exam you can't collaborate to pass.
You understand? So that's why a lot of people will tell you that, of course, one of the secrets to success is that streetwise and bookwise. When you can put two of them together, because at times they are at odds. And I mean alternate odds, 180 degrees odds and all of that.
So one of the comments I saw in the comment section was, these kids were so creative and worked so hard on designing these anti-cheating masks. If they had spent as much time studying for the exam,
they wouldn't need
anti-cheating masks in the first place.
But you know what comes to mind? I don't know, how many of you guys, do they still do those open book exams? You know those exams?
Open book exams?
Yes. Did you ever
I never had that.
You never had such an exam?
Open book exam?
Oh man.
How?
They are the worst.
Wow.
Do anything you want to do. They are the worst. Study mechanical engineering in ports, they are the worst. Like, you do anything you want to do. You want to collaborate. Mama, those kind of exams,
because when they're scoring you, it's critical.
Because you know, and for me, I love those kind of exams because you see, like I said, it's more attuned to what will happen in life.
Yeah, sure.
You understand? When you get to see problems, you have to learn to collaborate to find solutions. Yeah. So I'd rather have people in groups and all of that give you the kind of problems that would enhance critical thinking, not just read back. I mean, not just replicate what I taught you in class. The whole
exactly. Don't just regurgitate everything that the teacher has given you.
That's what I taught you in class. Just open book exams, they'll give you all you open your carry thermodynamics textbook, you carry all of them, put all of them in front. You will not see the exact because what you do is that you draw inferences from them to try and think critically to answer the questions that came. So
one of the worst things was to ever have a carryover in an elective course where maybe you've been carrying this course over, so this is me talking from experience now.
Yeah.
Carry over this course for like 3 years, you're like, I don't worry, I go still do it.
When it's not your department.
It's not your department.
When elective, so that department
elective. And there were some people that I would see in this same exam hall because everybody just picked it because they thought it was the easiest
course, yeah.
And then you'd be like, this guy is still in this school. Wait, this baby's here. And then you would actually see them, you know, roughnecking. Let's put it that if you know what roughnecking is, and you know, looking left and looking right to get that exam done. Because after carrying it over for so many years, they obviously, you didn't have interest in this course. You just wanted it to pass.
To pass and go back.
And just being in that room, it just brought back so many memories.
Yeah.
But seriously, if you could spend so much time building a mask, just spend the time reading the book. Then why build the mask in the first place? Oh, man. At this point, let's take the weather updates and we'll be back with more.
Energy at school. Your champs need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast.
It has nutrients that support energy release.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome pioneer Positive Force member, dancing queen of the 80s, non-conformist, Afrobeat historian in her right, and long-standing member of the multiple award-winning all-female show Your View, Omoyeni Yeni Anipulapo Kuti, aka YK Power! Ginger!
Take it.
Today we'll go here.
Hey, I didn't read you.
Are you sure?
I know I'm not here to answer questions, I'm here to drink.
We're in trouble today.
What's your age?
I was close now.
I
said 1975.
He said 73. He said 75. Fellas wasn't even born in 75.
Damn. So will I drink half?
You go drink. Take. Make I help you. Russian.
No be half.
Which half? You will make me drink. I'll give you a hint.
Lights in no. Nepa Road. Nepa Road in Abeokuta.
First of all,
my brain cannot memorize everything.
A big black bug.
A big black dog.
Bug. A big black bug.
Oh, sorry. A big.
It don't start.
Omo hey, omo fela. Omo Anikula Pokuti.
All right. I was asking if people, if you get that a lot, that you look like Burna Boy and all of that. And the way you even sound, Sam. It's like you just start now, just start singing Big Seven or something like that. The way Replay, how you doing? Talk to me. That name Replay. How do you come about that name?
It's actually an acronym. It stands for Raw Evolved Energy Playing Loud All Year.
Hey, come again, slowly.
Raw Evolved Energy Playing Loud All Year.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. And I'm sure that encapsulates your musical style and all of that.
Yes. I just dropped a new single.
Oh, okay. What's it about?
It's called Show Must Go On.
Show Must Go. Is that what you're performing now?
Yeah, that's what I'm performing.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
The show must go on.
Yeah.
Let's have that performance.
Let's go.
Take us to the weekend.
Up like a vampire. Oh, I no go lie. Many things in my mind. In the middle of the night, I'm up like a vampire. Many men no see today. Many men no get place to stay. No roof over their head. My bro, I'm not tired. The show must go on. The road is so long. The goal is to go on. Regardless of anything we saw, the show must still go on. I did go, cashing out flew me in for a show. Now man you be, that's real nigga shit, just so you know. Blessings on blessings, that's all I wish for all of my folks. My circle is small, snake no fi hide for women they go. I saw it they go, but I still they keep my machete close. Just in case, you go need tribal mark on top your face. They got it down, that's what you get for being a snake. No days off. It's short for me, bro, no be mistake. I swear, so many people they for my messages begging for money. I know they reply. Myself I broke, I'm looking for money. The thing no they funny. How I want to explain, say I no get. Because say I fresh. Thank God for people who they dash me shit. Believe in yourself. I know feel let my fellow man see me finish. I know they send. Baba, I don't pass my transaction limit. I'm still so hot and chilly. Call replay, I promise I'll come and kill it. Shall I keep your feelings? Anything we concern you must come with billing. Anything see in my mind. In the middle of the night, I'm up like a vampire. Many men no see today. Many men no get place to stay. No roof over their head. My bro, I'm not tired. The show must go on. The road is so long. The goal is to go on. Regardless of anything we saw, the show must still go on.
Right, great one there from Replay. Now, normally, I would not want to try to draw whatever connection I have with whatever guest we have, but this one is one guest that if you've been in the industry, you might not see him so much in the front, but you see, these are the people that make what you see, that bring the magic to you, the words that you hear, that put everything together. A writer's strike in US shut down the industry. There was nothing happening. So these are the kind of people that if they are not available, there is no industry. Xavier Igoroje in the house. It is great to have you, sir. You are welcome.
Same here.
You've done so much. I might start filling out your accolades. I don't know where we start. But maybe for some people that don't know, Shantytown, Covenant. Let's start going back. There's just so many. Let's go back a bit before we talk about recent ones.
Okay. So I started writing. The first telenovela I was on was Hush for African Magic. Hush replaced was the second telenovela they did, the second 260 episode telenovela they did. Then after Hush, I went on to Jimeji. Then from Jimeji, I went on to Ajoche. From Ajoche, I did Unbroken, there was Dilemma, there was Enache. So I've done a couple. Let me know, like you have.
You know, let's being a head writer. Let's talk about the process of writing. It's not something that is might be so much fun putting it all together.
Yeah.
What is the process behind? How do how does it all come together? Does the director talk to you, give you an overbearing storyline, you start putting it into bits and pieces, the screenboard and all of that? What's the process like for you?
So process-wise, there's a statement I like to say that there are 1,001 ways to skin a cat. So there is no sure way that you can say, oh, this is how it must be. But I believe very heavily in collaboration. So depending on the project and depending on what the client wants, we can either work highly collaboratively, or they can give me like the creative freedom to do what I want. But of course, everything comes with, it all depends on how we negotiate and also the kind of conversations we are having. So for TV, for instance, TV is highly collaborative because not often do you see one person writing. It's ridiculous to imagine one person writing 260 episodes of primetime TV.
Primetime TV, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to collaborate with a lot of very good people. If one person tries, then you probably would pass out or die around like the 20 episode mark.
You would. It's impossible.
So, yeah, so you bring like a team together. But before you even bring the team, you have a conversation with the showrunner or whoever is the creative director, so that we all agree on what the story is like. Before we even get there, you have conversations. If you are a smart head writer, you have conversations with the network executive.
Okay.
It can be the head of production, it can be your commissioning editor. That's just so we are all on the same page on the kind of story we are trying to tell. So I, as a head writer, I may come up with the original idea, but then there is also what the network would require that idea to become. Because again, at the end of the day, they need to be able to market that idea. Right, so there are certain things that they'll be like, okay, this storyline, maybe we don't want to see it, maybe we can adjust it like this. So we have all those conversations and we harmonize. So what I then do from there is have like a meeting with my writers where we break the story. I kind of have a process where before we even show up at the writers' room, we have like 1 month of story development, just so I do that so all my writers are very comfortable when it comes to pitching, and then they can confidently say what their story is like. There are other people who have other processes. Usually, traditionally, we all show up at the workshop and we talk about stories. So for instance, we say, oh, Tom and Jerry, what's going to happen? Okay, you tell us how Tom gets married to Jerry's cousin and blah, 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 blah. This person tells us something else. Then we show up at the workshop and we pitch these stories before network executives.
And everybody...
for the first time. And then when you pitch it before network executives, they may be like, oh, I don't quite like this story direction, but I like this thing. Can we merge it like that, right? So we have all those conversations in the room. But what I do before this process is, if I have 1 month of this thing happening already with me and just my writers, then they feel a lot stronger or more confident about their stories. Then I take these stories, right? I take it to my showrunner, even before we show up at workshop, so that the showrunner can tell us, oh, I don't like this thing, let's adjust those things. So when we come before network, our story is a lot more streamlined, and then we don't do all those back and forth.
Does the showrunner know the end from the beginning and then you connect the dots, or do they just give you a start and then you draw the dots up until the end?
So it depends. So for instance, for telenovelas, it's hard to know what the end is.
Okay.
Right? It's hard to know. You can get an impression, a mental impression of what the end would be like. So for instance, taking for instance the show Covenant, we knew that for Covenant, it was a story, at the heart of it was a story of JK and Talia.
Okay.
Right? And we know how JK, he leaves his father that is a political godfather, a very big person there, and he goes to live with the masses to get to know them. We knew his journey was going to be from the slums back into the political class, and then he would have to give some bit of control there and he would try to do the righteous thing. And at the end of the day, he will realize that in order to do the greater good, I may need to sully my hands a little bit.
Yeah.
So you get that at the end of the day, he comes to that realization, and it's only from there he can save these people. So you can see that I get an idea of what the end will be like. But I don't know the scenes like scene by scene or break that. I can't do all those things about it. Exactly. So we now start, but it's because it's a 260. It's a lot longer.
It's a lot
but
longer.
If it's say a 6 episodes, 1 hour, then before I start going into production, I need to know everything. In fact, all the scripts have to be written. It's a different ballgame entirely. So for Shantytown, for instance, of course we know the end. We've written everything first before you go into production. For Covenant, you can't have done that because it's 260 episodes.
Definitely.
We probably would have written like 40 or thereabout before we go into.
How do you deal with writer's block?
Okay, so I like to believe that I don't have writer's block.
Ooh.
Because I practice what I call competent delegation.
Okay.
And for competent delegation, it means that I need to surround myself with a lot of people who I can delegate things to. And in order to do that, that was why we were talking earlier where I said I had to bring some people in because I want to train these people to be competent enough for me to tell them handle this and that for me. But then the kind of things I deal with is mental fatigue. So I get tired because I'm handling like a lot. So when those kind of things come, I would like to rest, maybe sleep, maybe game or do something like that. But then why I'm doing those things, that's why I'm not writing. What I'm doing in that period is I've delegated certain tasks to certain people that I've surrounded myself with.
And when you have a team like that, it can keep going.
It just keeps going. Exactly. And then, yes, and then if one of us is incapacitated or has writer's block or is ill or something or has a private emergency to deal with, the other one is almost like one for all for one. The rest of us, we can pick up the pace while that person is resting. Wonderful. That was why I did that whole thing I told you about. I did for Covenant, where I had to bring like a small team, but all of us were dedicated into doing a certain story. And shout out to Mr. Femi Odubemi, because he was very, very uber supportive in this entire process. Femi Odubemi, Larry Shupona, like this, that was the creative director, and then people from Network. It was a very amazing process.
Wonderful. And so let's talk about your upcoming project. You have Dust, which will be premiering on Monday. Tell us a bit about Dust and what to expect from Dust.
So Dust is, how do I put it? Dust is one of the shows I feel like I relaxed with writing Dust because the original story idea was from one of my long-term partners and collaborators, Donald Tombia. He had this story that was set, I think, in like a rural area and all those kind of things. And then when the pitch came to me, the network wanted to revamp it in its entirety. And I had these conversations with the showrunner on what I thought I wanted to do with that project, and they were like, okay, I like this idea, but can you change it like I explained and all that. And what we wanted to do was, I feel like this may be giving spoilers, but we wanted to take one of the classic Shakespearean story and then reverse it. Now I can't say what the classic Shakespearean story is, because if I say that, I'll be giving a lot out there. But think of it like, of course, the example I'm giving is not this example. But if it were Macbeth, and you know how a prophecy leads Macbeth to become the king, but at the end of the day he dies. What if we reverse it from there, and it's not a prophecy that leads him to his death? It is something else that leads him to his salvation. Like that, you can see how I just take this one and I'm doing the opposite. So it's something like that, but it's not Macbeth. So but there's a prophecy involved, but it's not Macbeth.
Did you always want to be a writer?
For the longest of times, I knew I wanted to create. I just didn't know what I wanted to do.
Exactly. Oh, nice.
As a child of maybe about 2 years or 3 years, one of the things I used to do was I would watch Voltron on TV, and then I would cut out papers and use it to just act and do all those kind of things. And then when the age of the internet came and I went to make like my first email address, I told myself that I was making this email so that I could send pitches to Universal Studios and they would make movies. Like I didn't know it was screenwriting that those things were called, but then I had to go through the entire process. And now I'm also evolving as a human being. I realized that I don't just want to be a writer, I want to be a showrunner for TV, which is a writer producer, and that is the executive, exactly just in charge of creating these worlds and bringing it to life.
You know, when I think of showrunners, of course, one of the most famous showrunners had to be D.B. Wise, just talking about Game of Thrones. That's when showrunners came, you know, and a lot of, because of the flack that they got, why is the story going this way? Have you ever gotten that kind of feedback where people are so angry with you? Maybe you kill off a favorite character, maybe you did something that the thing is, everybody just, you know, and then they come, Xavier, I behold you. You ever encountered that?
A lot. So one of the things is, I'm not desensitized to feedback, but then I do not allow feedback affect my my understanding of myself. So let me put this in perspective. For the shows we do on Africa Magic, which airs, most of my shows, they air from Monday to Friday, every week from 8 o'clock to 8:30 or 8:30 to 9 o'clock. Now, every night, there's a community of fans that tweet about the show, which means that each episode gets censored by 1,000 critics. So when the praise is high, I do not let it get into my head. And then when the criticism is, of course, very loud, I do not let it get into my head. So I take everything in good measure and I ask myself, okay, this is the thing they like about this. Say, okay, can we keep it consistent? This is the thing they hate. did I do this deliberately to get this reaction?
So sometimes does feedback affects the process from what you actually wanted to do at the end? Feedback
for long form storytelling, like a 260 episode, feedback does.
Oh, okay.
But for like something that is short form, 13 episodes, we've already finished writing. So whatever feedback you are giving me, it won't particularly affect what I'm doing. Exactly. But then for telenovelas, we know that, okay, traditionally, the way telenovelas used to work back in the days was that as you are writing, it's airing. So when it airs and you see certain things, you can change your writing and push out those scripts. But for us, we've written like, let's say 50 episodes in advance. So when the show is airing, we are already written 50 episodes in. So sometimes the feedback, we can't even use it. But then if we're in the current timeline where we know that, oh, they are vibing like this about these characters, and we know that we are going to turn these characters and make them enemy or probably kill them, or we are like, yes, they are going to cry on national TV. But then we are doing those things deliberately. Wow. The thing is, the failure is when I want you to feel fear and instead you are happy, or I want you to feel happiness and then you are pissed, then you realize that as a writer I have probably not landed the emotional arc of this story.
Xavier, if we continue, we'll spend 3 hours here. We'll just be talking. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and here's wishing you the best. Keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much. I went to call you personal again because you were on Covenant.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mike.
All right, it's been a pleasure having a wonderful discussion with Xavier. We'll just take a time and I'll stay with us. We'll be back in a bit.
This is 7 of 7. My name is OJ, and signing a sobriety into my hands tonight on this social experiment called the 7 of 7 is Owen G. What is the name, or what was the name?
You see, I want to make them better now.
Rock Heart.
No, of the goats. When they brought it on stage.
The name of that goat.
Yeah.
We should go there.
No, that one easy now.
I'm just drinking this so that I can ask him my own questions. It's not because of
Buga.
He didn't get it. You know. Okay. Mention 10 female stand-up comedians in Nigeria. See, just mention their stage name. If you annoy me, you will mention their real names and the year they started. And if you annoy me further, you mention the names of their husbands and the names of their children. Try me now. Okay, mention their name.
Let's just.
No, wait. No, don't. No. Name, real name, stage name, husband name, children name. 10 of them.
Even the 10. That's a lot.
Eh?
That's a lot.
Did I cut your question for you?
Yes.
When you were happy now. Buga with your hunchback.
That was it.
Buga. You are wasting time. We don't have time. See, my brother, before we go on a commercial break, you are stubborn. And I told you since. The fact that you play this your hair does not mean, you understand? See this bad hair you are looking at. It's experience. I've suffered before you.
But I try now.
Were you there during the military era of Babangida? You know what happened?
I be Gen Z.
So that Gen Z, I will remove 4 out of 10.
That's like
4 out of 10 they passes. Don't drink this thing. Where baby you are on here? Drink out. If I land you.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regular.
So let me go and look for my jam results.
My 280 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
That's all we can take. Eje can close the show. Give for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, #1 unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, shiny, yeah. So here, recap done, and it's time for #1 on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back?
You should start the gym though, you're getting fat.
naked.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference?
There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying.
So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
No, the empowerment for me.
Sex can make your relationship better.
No. Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too. Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the person you see us? What is his name?
That woman.
Yeah,
Today we'll go here.
Hey.
Let's catch up now.
And so we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay good. TVC Entertainment for pure entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Made Kuti in the building. It's still 7 of 7 and we've been doing a whole lot of protesting. The only thing that remains is just to carry placard.
It's about 5 of 7 to be honest, because ask your question. I have so much to speak about once we finish.
We will not give you the time because it's 7 of 7.
I will make the time now. He said he will not ask questions about science.
No.
About neuroplasticity.
And based on...
He asked a question that was subjective about high life. And he did not finalize his answer about a Kuti question where there are only 3 of us.
Editor, scratch this part out.
That could have possibly composed the music.
Editor, scratch this part out.
Stupidity is an act of ignorance.
Hey God, Made.
Was composed by which Kuti?
Femi Kuti.
Is that your final answer?
God, I'm Shion Kuti. No, wait, Femi Kuti.
You said
Femi Kuti. Wait.
You can't be allowed.
No, you've not asked me anything.
Everyone.
You've not asked me anything. So my final answer.
No. All I have to say is this show is really about drinking.
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
The questions don't matter.
That's the whole
Justice
idea.
is out the window.
We throw caution to
we
the
have
wind
no
right
morals here.
On the 7 of 7.
Yeah, me, oh my be mine. I don't know why you giving me music, you know it's my calling. With this melody, Marale, my calling. Like Bensi for my man, I believe, Molefo. Hariwa, congratulations. Hariwa, congratulations, yo. Titi Hariwa, yeah. Hariwa, congratulations, yo. Blessings follow the boy. Liwa lane, everywhere we go now. Blessings follow the boy. Plenty mula, Likawaka Jijo. Blessings follow the boy. Obakiti, you know how the thing go. Blessings follow the boy. Blessings follow the boy. Liwa lane, everywhere we go now. Blessings follow the boy. Plenty mula, Nikawaka Chito, blessings follow the boy. Bagidi, you know how the thing goes, TT.
Amazing.
Thank you very much.
GT, the guitar man, is right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
I'm in the building.
Great to have you.
Thank you.
Talking about the singer, songwriter, performer, wow, lyricist.
Wow.
Yes. All joint, everything packaged. And they would not believe his age if we told them. Everyone here has said you are an OG.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Google his age. I don't want to out him here because
I'll be 40 in September this year.
You'll be 40 in September? I don't understand. Wait.
I don't get it.
What are you drinking? Well, can I have some?
probably drinking the same thing you're drinking because you look amazing too.
Oh, thank you. Now you brought a guitar along with you. You are the guitar man. Every time we see you with a guitar. It doesn't feel complete to see you without one. But this is like a very special piece you brought with you.
Yeah.
What's this guitar called?
It's a Fender Acoustatonic Telecaster.
Okay, so everything you just said, I'm going to act like I know what exactly that is. It's not an acoustic guitar, is it?
It serves both purpose.
Okay, so it can be acoustic, it can also be electric.
Electric, you know, it can switch into different modes.
Let's talk about your genre of music and how the journey started. I think I first connected with you in probably 2005-ish. Right? And then your genre of music, did you have a name for it at that time?
It was called Afro Rock Soul because it was a fusion of rock, soul, and African rhythms.
Okay, rock, soul, and African rhythms. At a time where it wasn't commonplace to have a performer come out and perform that way. Now I know that you have a different mindset about it right now because of you know, the years you have behind you. A lot of years, by the way. But talk to us about what your mindset was like, you know, when you decided to go into that genre of music when everybody else was doing something else.
I mean, I think I was just privileged to have been inspired by great musicians, both from the African legends like Sonny Ade, Fela, Shino Peters, and also having the privilege to have listened to people like Boyz II Men, Whitney Houston, and you know, all these amazing musicians, Babyface, Michael Jackson. You know, so like it was only natural for me to infuse all that, you know, because I think I'm a product of my environment. You know, and you know, vetting such a song. I mean, back then a lot of people were doing Afrobeat music, and I found the younger me only interested in, you know, bringing out my guitar and singing because I felt, you know, I can do it live. Why mime? You know, and back then we a few of my colleagues back then, etc., and people like Asha, you know, they held, you know, the music down, you know, and we felt we would be the ones that would be celebrated. You know, fast forwarding to 2004, you know, but you see, life has a way of, you know, playing out, you know.
Sure. When you say life, you know, we have to touch on this because I know that you took a break for a while. Was a lot of people just probably assume that it was because maybe that genre of music wasn't doing so well in the industry at that point in time? Well, am I right about that? Am I wrong about that?
I mean, what eventually happened must have been the answer to that because I mean, the style of music that went international, it's Afrobeat, obviously. But I mean, it's not to say that people who do my kind of music are not making a kill.
Of course.
You know, there's a lot of them. Adekunle Gold, See Me, there's Johnny Drill, there's Chike. You know, these guys are making amazing music, you know, and big ups to them. I'm back, and I hope we can do stuff together.
GT, the guitar man, is back on the scene. You have an EP out now called Elodie?
Elodie.
All right, so explain what Elodie is about.
Okay, so Elodie for me, I call it the cycle of life, and cycle, PSYCLL.
Oh,
it's like cycle of life. You know, so it means when you're up there, you know, remember it wouldn't last forever. When you're down there, remember it's not going to last forever. Life is in cycles, you know, and you know, embrace whatever position you are in, you know, because it's not the end, you know. And Elodie is like my comeback statement. It's a 5-track EP, and it has beautiful songs like Congratulations. The song I played earlier is the first track. Songs like With You, songs like Manama Piano Joint.
Let's touch on that because yes, artists from your generation tended to say they were trying to stick to you know, the true music, the music they started with, the original message that they wanted to portray. But once you touch on Amapiano and touch on some of the newer, more popular music, what does that mean exactly for you?
I mean, for me, it means freedom. It means not boxing myself into a cage. It means being youthful. It means revolving. It means now wanting to associate with more people, you know.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. And it's an experimental EP.
Okay.
You know, because it touched on a lot of other genre of music. Like there's ballads, there's amapiano, like I said, there's the Afro pop. You know, it's worth listening to.
There has become a trend in, you know, more popular music now, in the Afrobeats music, for an EP or an album to sort of essentially almost sound the same throughout the album. Once you say you're mixing genres and you're experimenting here, it kind of means like, okay, once someone starts with your EP, you know, if they're not a fan of a particular genre, they might not continue. Have you ever thought about that aspect?
Oh well, I mean, for a brand like GT, the Guitarman, I think I've been on the scene for way too long, and I feel bringing out another GT kind of song would be, you know, it wouldn't spell an artist that is ready to evolve, you know. So I mean, trying all the genre of music, it means maturity to me, and it means that I do not have any form of rule. You know, I don't follow any rule.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we're not being boxed in. We're exploring new things.
Absolutely.
And with LOD, GT, the Guitarman, is back on the scene.
Absolutely.
We're definitely going to be looking out for you on social media and, of course, your performances and wherever you pop up. Let us know where you're going to be so we can talk about it on the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Now, we've honestly been looking forward to what the chef has put together in the kitchen as well. Hopefully you join us.
Hopefully
I
will.
All right then. At this point, we're going to head over to the kitchen.
Capture the soul of Lagos in a populaire and enjoy.
In the kitchen with Chef T Flo and her
this particular
native rice.
I'm eyeing it.
Yeah, eyeing that fish.
This one.
Okay. Security. Okay. So Mike, of course, has been keeping Chef T Flo company in the kitchen while I was talking with you. Please have a taste of what she's put together and let us know what you think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This looks yummy.
Okay. See her face. See her face. What do you think? What do you think?
It's flowing.
I like it. I like it. Thank you, Chef T Flo.
Thank you, GT, for coming in on the show today. Big shout out to every single one of our guests for making this Friday a wonderful Friday. Have a good Friday. It's a good Friday. And I'll see you tomorrow, but we will see you wake up on Monday.
All right. Bye.